Speaking of Curt Cignetti, signs a absolutely massive deal with Indiana. 8 years, $93 million with a $15 million buyout.
Jesus.
So that eliminates him from the Penn State combo.
To an extent, right? Because the small print on the contract is, even though it's a $93 million deal, it is a $15 million buyout. If he were to leave for a different program, Penn State has to pay $15 million on the rest of his current contract because it's an extension, and then Indy has to pay him the $93 million owed. And then Penn State will pen him to a new deal. Now, granted, for Curt Cignetti, that's a lovely payout. You're making $100 million before you even coach your next job off the rip. And the thing about this, I would say, is if Curt Cignetti wins at Indiana, Penn State, Indiana may
wins
watch
the
out
national championship.
Wins the national championship. I'm fully believing that Penn State's going to get him. It's
I don't know.
Dude, you're talking about it. You're talking about universities who make billions of dollars a year. Billions. We're not talking like $100 million is not.
But what if he wants to build a dynasty in Indiana?
I don't believe that worth it. Because then him winning at Indiana was just it. That's a wrap. Then he's going to go.
What if he wins again?
No, I don't think that's going to happen I think it could happen at Indiana, but I do think that like you got to look at your legacy, right? When these jobs, like in college football, are few and far between. Legacy, we're talking about legacy. Like Penn State is a legacy school. Like off the top of my head, Alabama, Texas, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State, USC, Michigan, even like
disrespecting Georgia.
No, Georgia has never had that level of like Georgia was never that relevant throughout its like legacy like that.
Oh, so they're like a fairly recent.
Yes, Georgia wasn't successful in the 2000s. They were winning a lot of games, but they were not.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Like Georgia was winning a lot of games, but they weren't winning. When I mean legacy, I mean these are national championship teams. Like, for instance, what you probably think are legacy hires are not. Miami's not a legacy hire.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Florida State is not a legacy hire. LSU is not even a legacy hire.
That surprises me a little.
Because LSU's relevance is in the BCS era. Like, that's what I mean. Like, legacy is like the level of like teams that have won almost in every decade, have won a national championship almost in every decade. Like UT, USC, Notre Dame. Like,
whoa.
Because like it is, they won, so I get to call them that. And like that's what I mean by like putting that letterhead on your resume. Put it this way. You want to know why Penn State is such a good job? James Franklin is still getting head coaching gigs because that is on his resume. Like, it's, for instance, if like Alabama, right? The fact that Lane Kiffin coached at Alabama as an offensive coordinator, that is a great resume. And people take that into account. Like, this program who values their coaches very well, like, went out of their way to have him on staff. So I would say that Penn State is because like he can go get another job like Indiana in his career. Because if you say no one too many times, you end up like Kirk Ferentz at Iowa. You do. You will see the world literally pass you by, and there will be a time. It's kind of like actors, right? If actors keep saying no to roles, guess what's going to happen? Those roles will never come in that actor's career ever again.
That's why Nick Cage said yes to everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's also like how Matthew McConaughey almost literally never became an actor ever again because he stopped being rom-com. And he kept saying, I want a dramatic one. And then he literally for 18 months did not get a role.
Thank God for Dallas Buyers Club.
Mm-hmm. So I would say if you say no to Penn State, because these ADs talk, right? How do you think Penn State's going to feel? It's like, bro, you chose Indiana over me. Guess what? Fuck you. You're never going to get a legacy hire job again. Like, we are going to, because they are going to play bitter. They will. And I think it's really hard to say no to an opportunity like that. It really is. So, but Penn State's going to cough up a lot of money. We're talking about in total payouts because they got to pay out everybody else on this staff for Franklin. You also got to hire a whole new staff. We're talking in the $200 million range to rebuild this coaching staff. Just coaching staff. We're not even talking about NIL players.
Big gamble.
But yes, Penn State is. This Franklin situation went south very fast, and their next hire is going to be like
monumentally important.
Yes, seriously, they need
not
to get
the NFL. You can't have your Gerard Mayo before you get your Mike Vrabel.
They're not. They are not willing to. Now, granted, like I said, they do make more money than God, but it's I would say that they. I wouldn't surprise if Penn State does a whole engage 8 and go after Curt Cignetti.
Is there any other name for Penn State that really comes to mind?
I mean, Matt Rule. Seriously, even after this? I would say Matt Rule.
I told you in the show, I don't know. I think that loss is gonna kind of stink for them.
Yeah, but I think Nebraska's just a bit overrated. I think Matt Rule's making them
true, but that could be a reflection of Matt Rule in some people's eyes.
Yeah, because I think I really do think it's the whole Matt Rule year 3 thing. I think they really overrated Nebraska. I think this Nebraska team is not a ranked team. They're maybe in the 20s.
Now they're
I think they're a team in the 20s, but they're not national championship contenders. They're not even playoff berth guys. I think he's making that team outperform who they actually are. I really do. I think if you eliminate Matt Rule and you put in, let's just say, what's another top coach? Not a coach that's within that area. Him and who's the dude from Minnesota?
Don't disrespect PJ Fleck like this.
PJ Fleck has his team only winning 7 games.
He's doing more with the Gophers. I think they're going to be like an 8-win team.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Nebraska. I think Nebraska is not that talented. I really Nebraska has since Bo Pelini, because Nebraska, that's such a hard sell. And especially in the NIL era, bro, I don't want to go to Nebraska. I don't.
No.
And that's why, if you notice in the NIL era, all these college recruits are kind of going to either schools that pay a lot or a school that looks very good, and it's near a major city. And I think that Matt
Shout out to Miami, baby.
Miami's, the USC's, Ohio State is just dumping money on that. UT, Florida is going to be, I don't know, Gainesville's not a really pretty place. But seriously, I think that Matt Rule's this team is a reflection of his coaching, both good and bad. And I think that this team, if you eliminate Matt Rule and whoever they bring back, this Scott Frost was there. And I thought Scott Frost was an A+ hire when they got him because he was a Nebraska legend. And he couldn't even do shit with this team. So I really do think that if Matt Rule, given the opportunity, one, he's a Penn Stater, he's still with that. He still talks to a lot of their alum. I think that there's no way in hell that he will not pass up that opportunity to be.
Well, I don't think he'll pass up. I just don't know if he'll get it.
I think if they miss out on Curt Cignetti, they're going after him. Because
there's one name that people are sleeping on. Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's not a Penn Stater.
Arkansas. They need to just give him the job.
Oh yeah, he should just never leave. He should have never left Arkansas at the beginning. They should have just been okay with him on that motorcycle. They should give him a Harley Davidson dealership.
Mm-hmm. How hard is that going to be?
Okay, first of all, there's no way in hell that there isn't one that's sponsoring him. There's no way.
It's just such a Harley Davidson thing to do.
Or an orthopedics, or what's it, a neck, just a neck, the joint chiropractics.
Yeah,
because of the neck brace.
Yeah,
come on, those should be your 2 NIL deals.
All right.